Hey everybody, this is Lucy here. I hope you're having a great weekend and I hope you have a great upcoming holiday. I wanted to go over modules 3 and 4 and these audio screencasts are probably going to run about 10 minutes. I'm going to try to keep them to about 5, but since I'm covering more modules per screencast due to the summer course schedule, they're going to be a little bit longer. So please just take a few minutes out of your day whenever I post one in the announcement section to view it. I wanted to just go over a couple of things. I'm in your module in your Canvas homepage. I wanted to remind you have a to-do list here, you have a coming up list, then you actually have a calendar. I'm a big believer on Google Calendars. I love my Google email calendar. I view it every day. I put all my personal and professional appointments and reminders in it, as well as it comes to my iPhone every morning. So, and then I can also view everything in my calendar on my iPhone. So it's a great tool to stay on track. So let's see here and just go backspace. So there's that. I wanted to just go over a couple of things. We did our module 0, just the getting started, getting to know each other a little better, the academic integrity policy. And then also we did the changing face of business. So I just want to go over some things here. The learning objectives is very important. These are things that you should be able to learn and know after you complete the module. You look at all the resources, review the chapter material, presentations, and everything that you do in the module. So it's really we start out define what is business. So we start out just with kind of the basics. What is a for-profit and a nonprofit organization or business? Look at the factors of production. What are the inputs that go into operating a business? We also looked at the 6 eras in the history of business. So that's important, how business has evolved, and some other things too in regards to being a manager. So that's real important just to kind of get started with that. Chapter 2 or Module 2 is about business ethics and social responsibility. This is important because companies today and employees are held to such high ethical standards, and now companies are expected to not only make a profit, but they're also expected to give back to the community. So you will see companies that do recycling or green initiatives, environmental issues or initiatives to keep the environment safe and clean. They may sponsor a Little League team in the community or a Girl Scout organization. So they are held to a lot of different social responsibility standards that companies used to several decades ago didn't have to worry about. Okay, so if you look at Module 3, not to make y'all dizzy, coming down really quickly. Module 3 and Module 4 are now open. Your activities on the modules are going to be due July 9th by 11:59 p.m. So let's look at Chapter 3 or Module 3, Economic Challenges Facing Global and Domestic Business. This is really the only chapter where we look at economics. So when you think about the business discipline as a whole, it has many different subfields. It has management, leadership, marketing, economics, accounting, finance, human resource, information technology. These are different areas of business. So this chapter we look at microeconomics, macroeconomics, the forces of supply and demand, how to evaluate a country's economy. Like, for example, what is the unemployment rate in the U.S. or in a particular state? What is the interest rate for mortgages or home loans or even student loans? These are indicators of how well an economy is performing. So it's important to understand that and having a good base for that. Module 4, Competing in World Markets. Again, each module does coincide with the chapter in your textbook. This is important because it talks about why do different countries trade. Well, some countries are just better at producing some things than others. China used to be really known for their silk, so if you really wanted to have a product that needed that type of material, then you would want to look to that country and do some business with that country. But why do nations trade with each other? And it makes the world go round, essentially. But what do we is there a balance of trade, for example? Is the U.S. exporting more goods to other countries, shipping more goods, flying more goods over uh, than what they're bringing into the country? Or are they bringing in more products than they're shipping out or flying out? So you want to have a balance of trade. So this module looks at that with a more of a global mindset. And I definitely want you to be thinking more globally, more regionally, more nationally, more internationally. Typically when international is business between like the US and one other country, like Canada or Mexico. Global is when a country is doing business in several different countries. However, we can use those two words interchangeably too. But I do want you to be thinking more with a global mindset. I've traveled to Venezuela with my band in Houston. I actually performed in Monterrey, Mexico. So I actually traveled out of the country and performed there with my band and my music promotion company. And so I've traveled to Venezuela, I've traveled to Mexico, and so I think that's important. It's important for you to have those experiences if you haven't had them yet, to consider those in the future. So let's look here. What you're going to be doing in this Module 3, you have a quiz and then you have a discussion forum. So I want you, do not forget that each discussion forum does require you to get into a conversation with another classmate. So I want these forums to be very interactive, and as you can probably tell, I do my best to respond to everybody's post because I want to acknowledge you there, and I want to get involved in the discussion too. But you are going to be graded. 25% of your grade is replying to a classmate's post. So don't forget, even if you respond to the post very quickly before anybody else gets on the forum, put you an appointment reminder in your Google Calendar, for example, the day before the forum closes, to remind yourself, hey, go back on the discussion forum and post to a classmate. That way you don't lose 25 points. So you want to answer the questions here. And there's some things in there about your career and things that you've experienced to date. I do infuse career elements into the course because I feel like that's very important. You are in college to better yourself, meaning to get an education so you can be more qualified to apply for certain jobs that pay more money, that will give you a quality of living and a quality of life that you would rather have. Maybe it's an opportunity to take you somewhere else in the country or the world that you want to be, or where you want to go. So your education that you're doing, the reason you're doing this class right now is so you can have those things outside of the class in your career. So I do infuse those career elements because they're very important. Down here, you don't have to answer this question here, or you don't have to respond to like in the microeconomics in the force of supply and demand. This is just showing you how this activity here aligns with the learning objectives, some or all of them within this module and within your chapter that coincides with this module. And it's just showing you that because I want you to understand, okay, why am I doing this activity? What is the importance of it? What is the value of it? And what am I going to learn from this? So that's why that information is there. And then you have that note there that goes over that. Look at your Module 4. It will be your first multimedia assignment, which is required. I am required to do multimedia activities in the online or digital course. So it does take a little bit of technical savvy, and if you notice there, you also have your first exam, Exam 1, Chapters 1 through 4, in this module as well. There is no time limit on that, but you do want to finish it as soon as you start it. This multimedia assignment, if you have a built-in video or camera in your laptop, for example, like I do on my Apple Mac, I have a camera already built in, or if you have a webcam that you've bought, an external component that you've bought from like Walmart, for example, then you're good to go. This activity, you're going to research the global corporation of Nestle, and then you're going to do an oral presentation video of yourself giving me your analysis on these questions here regarding Nestle. I just want to point out here, these are broken links that I'm working with eLearning to get corrected, but Any link that is important, it will have a title and it will be blue. So I just wanted to point that out. But I do have a Canvas app information for your iPhone or Android. So there's another way you can record like off your phone. And you may have a way that you know outside of any of these suggestions in these instructions, and you could definitely use that. The point is, I want you to research Nestle, answer these questions about Nestle. It talks about some of the social and cultural differences like language barriers, or for example, the McDonald Corporation would never be able to go to India and sell a regular Big Mac. And the reason is because of the cultural and actually a cultural religious barrier, because they do not believe in eating the cow or beef because they believe that is a sacred animal. So when you are marketing in other countries, you have to take those social and cultural differences into place. I mean, would you go market a bikini in Saudi Arabia? Probably not, right? Because the women over there wear a burqa, you know? And so, I mean, it is funny in a way how different cultures have different beliefs, but that's the way they believe. And as a marketer and as a business person, you have to respect that. And if you want to break into those type of cultures, and there's many other, social and cultural differences around the world. But if you want to break into that, you have to do your research and be respectful of that. So what I want to show you is when you go to submit your assignment, if you're wanting to use the built-in Canvas recorder to do your oral presentation, you click on media and then click record and upload media. You can also send a different file upload, any of these other things. Probably won't use Atomic Learning there for this particular assignment, or for any of our assignments for this Canvas course, but you might be able to get some other uploads into these different areas. So the point is to get it uploaded. Be sure you're looking at your grading rubric. If you click on the blue links, it gives you more information about what I'm looking for, so you want to be sure you're clicking on that and reading it. Blue links mean click on me and read. That's what that means. So be sure you're doing that, okay? Okay, well, let me just let y'all go for now. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, a great holiday. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you just need further clarification on something doesn't quite make sense to you and you need me to further explain that better to you. I'm here for you. You have a chat here. If you see me online and you want to chat with me, just go there and you'll be able to chat. Oops, well, let's see. Let's go to, oh, it's not going to let me do it because I'm in student view. Sorry, it's not going to let me do it. But anyways, you can also email me, text me, or call. So I hope you have a great rest of whatever you're doing and talk to you soon. Bye.